Hello, we're back. We're playing Imperator again. We took a little bit of time since our last foray where we started conquering India to wrap up those wars and get to the edge of where we needed to be into India. So I was rather tired of fighting in that area. And that allowed us to go ahead and click the decision to reform Alexander's empire, which we did, hence the slightly different shade of blue that our empire is. And our slightly different flag, though we could have taken the name Argead Empire instead of Thracian Empire, but we took the option to stay named the Thracian Empire, which also has begun converting a lot of our territories to a pan-Hellenic culture rather than Macedonian being our primary culture. You can see we've done a good job of starting to convert all of Persia to Hellenic religion and Hellenic culture, and many of our pops in other places have started converting from Macedonian to this pan-Hellenic culture. But we've got one more obstacle that we want to hurdle before we end this, and that is the Romans. They've held territory in Greece for far too long, and we would really like to take Illyria and Dalmatia from them. So, that's what we've been preparing to do. We've moved a lot of our armies over here and put them in position. We've got the army of Cilicia, Bithynia, Dacia, Asia, Phrygia, Moesia Inferior, Greece, Macedonia, and of course our main Thracian army, which hasn't seen much action lately. All ready to strike. And then down here in the south, in North Africa, where we also share a border with Rome, we've got the army of Cyrenaica, the armies of Lower and Upper Egypt, and the army of Canaan in reserve, just in case they decide to send armies down here. Plus we can get some occupations down here in North Africa, though I hadn't really planned on taking much in North Africa. Our main goal here is to take these territories in Greece and then push into Dalmatia a little bit, and maybe up here a bit. We shall see. We also recruited some new armies to guard our territories in the east. They're smaller, but that's what happens when we don't quite have the culture conversion all done yet. A lot of those pops are not eligible to serve in the legions yet. But anyways, without much further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and deck the war on Rome for Laconia. They will bring a bunch of their vassals in, which is a-okay with me. That is a-okay with me, buddy. Because they are all going to get occupied. We're going to push in with all of our armies here. Strike hard, strike fast, take the forts, and get this war rolling. Yeah, we did just lose a few of our imports because of losing the trade with Rome, which is fine. We can fix that real quick. Anything that we were importing from Rome, we can mostly just import internally to the capital to ensure that we continue to have just surpluses in basically everything. We don't need Roman trade at this point. We produce pretty much anything we would need internally. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Conquest. We're gonna be fairly cautious at first because we want to ensure that we're not going to let them slip behind our lines. Now they do have a massive army out, or navy out, so we want to pay attention to that. It is pretty much all light ships, so if I really wanted to, I could gather up my armies, or my navies rather, and show them a little lesson. But for now, let's just protect the navies. We can win this war solely on land. Alrighty. Where are you gonna go, buddy? Why don't you go ahead and start sieging that down. Brilliant. Lots of sieges. Lots of sieges winning here. But, of course, these things will not give us a ton of war score immediately because, well, they've got a lot of ground to cover. Alright, good. Another provincial capital goes down. Oh, yep, they managed to catch. They managed to catch one of our navies out and just wipe it. This is what I get for not focusing Navy enough, huh? This is what I get for not paying enough attention to the Navy. Well, how about you then? Go ahead and push into North African territories and get some more occupation. We're going to make them pay for wiping our navy by occupying even more of their land. Still, though, this is the only Roman army we've actually ran into. We'll give them a little quick wipe. 3,000 men against 40,000 men. I don't think that's going to be that big of a concern. Yep. Just a little wipe. As a treat. As a treat. Now, if I can actually have you push up more, that'd be beautiful. Of course, governors start dropping like flies at the most inopportune times. That's fine, whatever. I can't concentrate on you right now. I can't focus on you right now. I've got a war to fight. Get these forts, get these provincial capitals, and then Italy is right on our doorstep. And I think once we invade Italy and, you know, maybe even sack Rome, maybe, as a treat. I think after that we won't have too many troubles. Just, you know, as a treat. Well, that's the highest I've ever seen a siege, chance go in Imperator. I've never seen it go up to 99%. But I guess having, you know, 6 cohorts of engineers and 6 cohorts of ballista may have something to do with that. But good, now we're occupying all of that. And all of that... Where did you even come from, buddy? Honestly, where did you even come from? No idea. Can't pay attention to so many fronts at once. Can't pay attention to, you know, 5, 6 fronts at once. It's just impossible. Alright, good. We wiped out that little babby Roman force here. We'll go ahead and reoccupy all that, and then we could probably move these armies, or at least one of them, out of here. Oh, what a time for Rome to have some rebellions, some breakaways. What a time for them to have such internal troubles. What a twist. What a twist. Now, I've actually been taking a couple things from the Celtic tree here to get some more heavy infantry stats, since we are using heavy infantry in a lot of our armies now. So we'll go ahead and continue down that tree while we just siege down the gateway to Italy here. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I think I'm gonna leave the army of Macedonia here, and the Thracian army, our main force, can move up to Lissos here in case we need them. But really, at this point, it's all over but the crying. They do have a force of 2K in North Africa, which is, well, basically nothing. And we're moving into the outskirts of Italy, into Venetia, to Venetia, to occupy forts, and then we'll move on provincial capitals here. We'll move up one more army just in case they decide they actually want to, you know, put up a real fight. I doubt it, but just in case. Lord have mercy, can my governors stop just dropping like flies? I would really appreciate that. I would really appreciate that. Oh, there we go. 17.7k and 25.7k. That's mostly from their vassals, though. And we did get an innovation, a civic innovation. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Piorkos for the pop growth. Because, well, pop growth is always the best. Now let's see if we can catch... Yep, we can catch these Romans here and wipe their army. 44,000 men versus 17,500 men, I think, should be not too much of a fight. Yep, that was a good old quick wipe. And we can catch them here as well, their vassal armies. This one will be, the odds be a little bit better for them, but not by a lot. 44,000 men against, you know, 25,000 men. We didn't get the wipe there, but we got a resounding W. So I'll take it. I'll take it. We're already at 35 war score here. Beautiful. We love to see it. I am going, even though there's a unsettled province in between here, I am going to move up the army of Lower Egypt to occupy more North African stuff. Throw a commander on that navy and continue it.
Oh, buddy, if people could stop dying and making me fill positions real quick, that'd be just great.
There, can y'all quit complaining now? This is where late game Imperator kind of starts to get a bit annoying. Is with how many pop-ups and how much micromanaging you have to do in the late game. Oh, beautiful. We wiped an army that we didn't even see. Stomping them like bugs. We love to see it. Now, of course, we're gonna get a little bit of ticking war score. They're not very enthusiastic about fighting us. Ouch. We had some riots in the capital? Now, to be fair, we do have people packed in there like sardines with 326 pops in the capital. But everybody's really happy. Everyone loves it. Wow. Unfortunately, these rebels have kind of blocked us in. Let's see if we can get access from them. Yes. Yes, we can. So I'm going to send the army of Bithynia here to occupy Ravenna. And I'm going to keep the army of Dacia here in Hadria to watch for any more armies coming in. More governors just dying. Can y'all stop it? Can you all cease your shenanigans? Por favor. I would much appreciate it. Oh, there we go. They're bringing some men to fight us. They're actually attacking us. I don't think we'll need it, but let's reinforce that. We just wipe 10k and then 20 some k come in and also get wiped. Oh, the beauty of it. Push further into Italy. Take advantage. Actually, wipe these guys first. Wipe these idiots first. That says we don't have the greatest chance of beating them, but I don't believe them. I do not believe it. Yeah, that was a good battle. And this is why we always leave an army in reserve, boys. In the rear with the gear. Because these AI be crafty. These AI Romans be crafty. I think, honestly, if we win a few more battles, we could just comfortably end this war taking everything we want without too much bother. I don't care about getting people married right now. I care about winning the war. Huh. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Advancing one's political goals. That's what it's good for. Alright. Some more wipes. Some more wipes. And they are just in absolute disarray at this point. The rebellion they had really screwed them. But, it wouldn't, even if they didn't have that rebellion, it wouldn't have delayed the inevitable for that much longer, honestly. Their defeat here in this war is as inevitable as a sunrise. Just, was meant to happen.
Oh, buddy.
Come on. Alright, let's find a legate position to give to someone in your family real quick so you'll shut up. There, are you happy? Are you happy, great families? Huh? Alright. These guys want to play a little game of chase me, screw me. Well, that's fine, we can just occupy more of your country, more of your cities. Take more of your people as slaves. I'm perfectly okay with that. If you want to play this stupid game, you're gonna win the stupid prize. Congratulations. Oh, here we go. We're getting another battle. Oh, nope. They caught on to my shenanigans. Silly, silly Romans. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Grabium? Grabium what? Grabium these nuts? Oh, they're about to get, absolutely shat on. Poor bastards never knew what hit them. Poor bastards never knew what hit them. Well, I think we, hit some of these armies, and that'll pretty much be the war. We already have 64 war score. Oh, please reinforce that. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Catch this 20k and absolutely wipe the floor with them. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, I think with 68 war score, that is going to be more than enough. So let's see, as of right now, what we could take. So we're definitely taking all of the Greek territory. That's only 13 war score. Wow. Wow. Alright. Pretty much taking all of Dalmatia would put us at 76. 82. Alright, we could take up to here. 90 war score and they would accept right now. But could I possibly steal one province in North Africa? So these guys can feel like they did something that was worth it. Rather than just mostly distracting them. Beautiful. Beautiful. We love to see it. We love to see it. Alright. We have to find some governors real quick for Illyria and Cisalpine Gaul. Move our armies back. You're the army of Bithynia. How about you just go all the way back home? We don't need you up here anymore. And the army of Dacia, you also can just kind of go back to where I had you stationed previously. Beautiful. We now have pushed the Romans out of the east. Out of Greece, out of Illyria. The entirety of the east now belongs to the Thracian Empire. We love to see it. We love to see it. We didn't sack Rome, but hey, you know, you can't have everything. Can't have everything, can you? Ah, how am I gonna get those guys home? I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But look at that. Look at that big, beautiful empire. Almost brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? It's massive. It's absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And we got very far ahead in technology. I think we're like 100 years ahead in techs at this point. We, you know, spread Hellenic culture far and wide. And of course, the Hellenic religion all the way to the borders of India. From Egypt and Illyria in the west to the borders of India in the east, and handing the Romans probably the soundest defeat they've ever been handed. I think that's a good send-off to this campaign. It has been a very, very fun one, but alas, like I was saying before, late game Imperator gets to be kind of a slog. And it was getting to be where I could record multiple episodes of this series in a day, to having to have 2 to 3 hours of playtime between episodes just to kind of get things managed and, you know, get things in order for what I wanted to do for the next episode, for your little behind the curtain peek there, right? And that's how a lot of the kind of games we play on this channel go, unfortunately. It's just one of the fun little hurdles we have to get over. But I believe this is going to be the finale for this series. We will come back to Imperator at some point, though I don't know when exactly. I'm having some fun with RimWorld, though I don't know how long that one's gonna last without like a specific goal in mind. And we'll be playing other things as well. You know, I'm always open to ideas for things to play on the channel. You know, strategy games, sandbox games, things like that. You know, things that are our normal cup of tea around here. But for now, I think that is going to wrap things up. So thanks so much, everyone, for, you know, enjoying this series as much as I have and sticking with me, viewing through the ups and downs of trying to get a good Imperator series going. It's been a blast. And for now, be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.